Here we have a woman that's making an Am I the A-hole post. And what I say about women posting in these Am I the A-hole subreddits, they're simply looking for validation for feeling normal human emotions. She says, Am I the a-hole for leaving my boyfriend with our baby after he told me I'm a bad mom? Off the title alone, no, she's not an a-hole. I do want to give a trigger warning. She says trigger warning miscarriage right there, so I'm putting it out there. All right, so she says, My partner and I have been together for 4 years. We have a 20-month-old son. I'm a stay at home mom, but I also have a small creative business for some pocket money. Off rip, please do not be a stay at home mom as a girlfriend. You have no protections. You're not making any money. Please, let's not do this. No more being stay at home moms as girlfriends. All right, so she says, trigger warning miscarriage. 3 days ago, I had a miscarriage. I didn't even know I was pregnant. I was in shock, emotional, crying, moody, and I've been trying to process that grief while still showing up as a mom and partner. My boyfriend didn't comfort me, didn't ask how I was doing, and basically brushed it off like it wasn't a big deal. Instead, he's been giving me the silent treatment and acting hostile, saying he doesn't know how to deal with my emotions. Today, I finally asked him what was wrong, and he exploded. During the argument, he said, I need to do more as a mom because I'm not doing enough. I act like my brain doesn't work when he comes home because I force him to be a dad. If I left, he would be able to do it by himself. For context, I handle basically everything for our son. I cook 3 meals a day, clean, do the bedtime routine, read to him, bathe him every night, and I'm still breastfeeding at 20 months. He's my best friend. We've never spent a night apart. My boyfriend has never even bathed him. He works 8 to 6 as a teacher and pays the bills, which he constantly reminds me of whenever money is tight. I also buy groceries and we split the baby's necessities equally. So when he called me a bad mom and said I don't do all while I'm grieving a miscarriage that he clearly doesn't even care about, I snapped. I packed up my things, the things I brought for the baby, the dinner I had just finished cooking, and left. I even texted him the nighttime routine and told him good luck. He says a lot of when he's mad that he doesn't remember later, but some things you can't come back from. Now I'm at my mom's house going through it. I miss my baby so much, but I can't keep dealing with the disrespect and the complete lack of empathy. It feels like I went through a loss alone while he was right next to me. I feel guilty leaving my baby, but I couldn't take it anymore. Am I the a-hole for leaving him with the baby and taking the things I bought? People stay pressing women to be in relationships, but if you don't have mutual support, care, all of that, what is the purpose? You might as well just be single. This woman might as well have been single. She would be less stressed because if you have somebody that's supposed to be there with you through these types of things and they are not there, it's even worse than just being single and being alone because you know when you're alone that you have to deal with it alone. When you have a supposed partner, you would think that you'll be able to lean on that partner for comfort, love, care, someone to just kind of rub your back when you're feeling it. I'm sorry, when you're not feeling it. You want somebody to kind of cuddle up with, maybe ask how you doing. Can I get you something? And when you don't have that, it's just like, what's the point of even being in a relationship? Absolutely not the a-hole. And she left the child with the father. Obviously, the father should be able to handle parenting his own child. This is where I was tagged in. Thanks for the tag. If you do want to tag me in, there I am, Bourbon Bougie. You can tag me in and I'll see the post. Think Storm says, document everything about how your boyfriend takes care of the baby and how he talks and replies. It might help with the custody battle if it reaches that point. And here's the OP saying, I have videos of some of the things he says to me and how angry he gets at me around the baby. Will that help? And then Minimum Unit says, yes, it will. Please back those up to the cloud off your phone and make notes of everything you remember surrounding the events. Spam Landy says, if you're having trouble with cloud storage for any reason, you can also send them to someone you trust. This person at the bottom says, you can also just send them to your own email. So I'm just reading some of these comments just so if you are ever in this situation, you get some of the ideas that they are giving to this lady. Soap says, well, not the a-hole, but why not take the baby? I feel like he's going to neglect the baby. And here's the OP giving more context and more foundation. She says, I was going to edit that in. He wouldn't let me because it's late. He dead ass wouldn't give him to me and took the car seat. I wasn't going to leave without him, but my mom really reminded me that if I'm serious about being done, he's going to have to go with his dad eventually. But he's a good dad, which is why I can turn my brain off when he gets home. So I'm sure he'll be fine in that aspect. She continues, he'll get it done. It's just going to be hard, and that's what he doesn't understand. He doesn't know how much energy, effort, and time goes into the cooking, cleaning, diapers, etc. So now he got to figure it out because I'm tired of being unappreciated. Soap says, you deserve better, OP. What you've been doing and dealing with is extremely hard and admirable. Please get your baby with you ASAP if you can. I understand your motivation and reasoning, but this man sounds emotionally neglectful. And to that, she says, emotionally neglectful for sure. I'm going to try to get him before the weekend is over. Last time I tried, the police wouldn't even help me because we have no custody order in place. We were arguing when I was 4 months postpartum, and he wouldn't give me the baby so I could leave. It got bad. I walked out and called the police thinking they'd give me the baby, and he basically convinced them that I was just a crazy postpartum lady that was being dramatic, and they said they can't help me and left. Past Wing says, well done. You did one of the hardest things ever, leaving your baby, but you did it to save yourself and to prove a point of how much you actually do and how unappreciated you are. Not many women have the balls to do it. I do not like it when people equate balls and courage, especially in a woman. Not many women have the courage to do it, so I'm proud of you that you did. Heal while with your mom, process your loss with your mom's support, and enjoy a few nights uninterrupted sleep. I can't believe he acts like this being a teacher. She says that he's a teacher in the comment section. And then here's the OP saying, honestly, he's such a sweetheart to children. That's the crazy part. Everyone loves him in that building. He has really bad mommy issues, though. She was a 13-year-old mom, which he takes out on me, I'm noticing, is only towards me or his mama. And thank you, that really means a lot. It was so hard, especially because I've never let him go anywhere. But honestly, I haven't slept a full 8 hours since I was 30 weeks pregnant, so I'll try tonight. It is hard getting sleep. It's hard getting sleep. And it's hard when you don't have a supportive person there that is doing their part. This is one of the reasons why I will continue to say let the birth rate plummet to hell, because these people, the other people, the dads of the situation are not participating. They're not taking over. They're not pulling their weight, and it puts too much pressure on a woman. And so she's now finally getting a chance to get some rest. And if she does come back and update us and let us know how it went, we'll see if he has any kind of change of heart or anything, but I doubt it. I doubt that he'll ever admit that to her, to relay that to us. Resolution OK says he needs therapy and you're not his mommy. And then Groovy Yaya says, when you gave birth, he may have started seeing you as a mom. And that is triggering. It isn't an excuse, but perhaps the reason. I'd also demand that he get therapy if you are to stay. I'll end it here. Interesting Unit says, if he gets angry around the baby, are you sure it was a good decision to leave them alone? And then Specific Will says, how do we jump to this conclusion of this man is dangerous? The mother of his child deemed the father to be fit and capable of caring for the baby on his own. Why is anyone questioning this because he yelled at her in front of the baby? Not great behavior, but not dangerous behavior either. A lot of people jumping to conclusions here with no facts or evidence to support them. And then she says, yeah, that's why I stopped replying to the comments. I would have never left my baby if I thought he was dangerous or if I didn't think he'd be able to do it. So that's what she is saying. She has confidence that she's going to be able to go get her baby tomorrow. So we shall see if she comes back and updates us. Let me know what you think about all of this. Join the conversation. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.